on day 9 now of our journey. And yes, this is Enya on my ship's radio, because it calms me down, takes the edge off the grind, and just makes things a little bit more bearable. I am now 2 jumps away from the neutron star, and from that point I will be deciding whether to go to the Bubble Nebula or head home. I just thought I'd take in the sights here to some music, something a little bit different, and many of you probably switched off already, but that's up to you. YouTube might even ditch this one. Yes, we are still boldly going, where clearly some people have not been before, still making first discovery after first discovery. And although we've been through the hypo sector, we're still dotting between that and the soul sector. I'm not even sure if I've ever done a neutron star before. I guess that's it. There you go, one neutron star. Something tells me not to get too close to it either. The neutron star being, is it one stage before the black hole? I wonder if I hang around here long enough. No, I better not. I haven't brought a razor or enough food. So, decision time. Home or bubble? I've worked out, which didn't take long. Ooh, nubble. I've worked out that, oh, nubble again. Watch what you're typing. If I was to add the Bubble Nebula onto my journey, it would be another 3 days. Or 2 days if I pushed 1,600 light years a day, but that's not going to happen. And I'm not going to be spending too much time on my voyage today, because I might be going to see Star Wars today finally, so I don't want to spend all day on the computer and have a tired head, sore eyes and all that stuff, and then go and see a 2-hour movie. So, if I cover, let's say, minimum of 1,000 a day, that's 3 days, more or less, to get here. Then I'm going to want to fart around inside the nebula, not literally, for maybe an hour or so, and then head back. But it is kind of on the way, you know, it's like, well, getting to the Bubble Nebula isn't on the way, obviously, because I'm there. Instead of taking a straight line up, I'm going to be popping up over here and then going up. But I'll be going via the Pleiades, which is over here. But here is 3,000 light years. Now I could say, oh, I know, I'll go home, and then another day I'll quickly pop to the Bubble Nebula. But bubble sector. But the bubble, yeah, it is the bubble nebula. But the bubble nebula from Shinrata Desra is 5,500 light years, where here I'm cutting off 2,000 light years, which is almost the journey there, just to get there. I suppose it's not going to, of course it isn't going to tell me how many jumps because I haven't plotted the course and it won't let me plot the course. But we worked it out, didn't we? It's like 110 jumps, something like that. Yeah, probably a bit less, 109, 110 jumps, 108, something like that. The jumps are the easy bit. It's all that temptation of scanning in between, which I'm going to want to do, but I'm also going to want to get here fairly quickly. Well, for an extra 3 days, can I get closer to this neutron star without it killing me?
Warning, temperature critical. Warning, temperature critical.
I was what? A centimetre? I moved a centimetre and it knocked me out. A centimetre! That's all I moved. Okay, so what I need to do then is lock it again so I can, on my little compass thing there, I can put it directly behind me. Oh, what's that little thing? What's this up here? That looks pretty cool, whatever that is. So a nice bit of wispy blue there. Okay, so yeah.
Frameshift drive charging.
Not going to pop my engines until now.
Ready to engage.
Yes, do it. This was a wrong thing to do. Cancel. Can you tell I'm new at this? I might have to drop a heatsink here. But I think I will drop a heatsink. I'm not using them for any other reason, so I might as well use one now.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
About 0 heat. There we go. Right, well I know when I'm not wanted, so I think I'm going to leave this system. I just moved forward a tiny bit and it popped me out. Well, this is new experiences with neutron stars. But it didn't go over 100, did it? I think maybe it did. Yeah, okay. No problem. So let's just, I'm going to repair that. So we're just going to drop down. Hopefully it hasn't damaged my other modules any further. Yeah, 1% further down. Yeah, it has. So it's knocked 1% of everything, which is how even of it. You know?
Thrusters offline.
It's very
Module
linear,
repaired.
isn't it?
Shields offline. Module repaired.
You know, I'll just
Module
take
repaired.
1% of everything.
Module repaired. Module repaired. Module repaired.
Yeah, this isn't the
Module
first time I've had to do
repaired.
this.
Module repaired. Module repaired. Module repaired. Module repaired.
Can't do the power plant because it's
Module
impossible.
repaired. Thrusters online.
Everything booting up quicker than Windows 10. Alrighty. I'll do this anyway.
Module repaired.
Well, this is getting boring very quickly. So, bubble nebula or not bubble nebula? Do I want to do another 110 jumps before heading home? Oh God. Because once I'm there, I've got to do another 5,500 to get home.
Shields online.
Which means a total of 8,000... 8,800 light years before reaching home. Okay, 8,800 light years to reach home. Which is more than my journey so far, I would say. Or I probably covered that. Yeah, no, it's about the same as what my journey so far is. So 8,800 if I go to bubble. If I go straight home, I'm just cutting off 1,400 light years, which is about 30 jumps. 35 jumps. Let's call it 30 to keep the numbers round. So 30 jumps extra to go to the bubble nebula. If I don't do it now, I'm not in a rush to get back, if I'm honest. Fuck it, let's just do it. I can always, if I get too bored out of my head, I can always, it's not really, well, it's not really boredom, it's more that it's the grind of it, you know, that constant jump. Is there anything interesting here? No. Good. Next jump. And then if there is, you've got to scan, and planets can be so far away sometimes. It is the vastness of space. Of course they're going to be so far away. What a stupid complaint that planets are too far away. Okay, yeah. There. So if I'm going to start plotting a course to the bubble neb, which is here, and there's a couple of systems inside the neb. You can see mainly this one. Now, is there any? Let me just switch off these stars here and see if we're left with anything of any consequence. Okay. What about any T's or Y's anywhere? Isn't there supposed to be a star or something that caused this? I don't know. Well, I'm not seeing anything like neutrons and stuff like that anywhere near it. Well, there's a lot of bubble sector stuff down here. Lots of brown dwarfs. I'm going to turn these off. See if anything still pops out. That's not the button I wanted. No, not really. Don't know where the hell I am now. Look what I've ended up. Okay. So nothing to shoot for here except the view, basically. Well, that's always been a good enough reason to go to a nebula, isn't it? Especially one that looks like this. I mean, this looks pretty cool. And it's definitely a bubble. Oh, it definitely looks like a bubble to me. Oops, I needed to be there, didn't I? So, I don't know why I quit the menu there. I thought I was done with it for some reason. Okay, so let's get a straight line. Bring that down, there we go. That's more or less a straight line, isn't it? Ish. So I have to go about, what, a third of the way? Say there. I need to plot a course for 1,000 light years. And try and keep it straight. Come back a bit. There we go. Back a bit more. Okay. So we're talking around there-ish. What about this guy? 1007. Yeah, you would be. This blue dude here, 998. Congratulations, you win. Oh, I've been through this system before. Gludgo. I came through this system on my way here. I'm crisscrossing my paths now. Did you plot that? Ooh. Where's my little marker that I just left? Is it this one? Yeah. There we go. It's got the route plotted. Even though it wasn't to the star that I said. Let's do this one. I want to end up on a blue one or something like that. Just because they're a little bit more rewarding in terms of scans, right? Okay, so I'm going to note this down and then we'll be setting off. Okay, so I don't know when I'm going to be tuning in next. I'd like to say I will be back when I'm at the Bubble Nebula, but there might be something of interest on the way, in which case that's when I'll be back. So let's see how far I progress on this day 9. Won't be too much, but there'll be some progression. Okay, so I will catch you next time, and I promise there'll be no more Enya. Okay, bye-bye now. Okay, so we're back here on day 9, and I am closer to the bubble.
Fuel scooping.
I'm just going to scoop here. I scoop sideways, by the way, I don't. Oh, gone in a bit too far there. I reckon I can get to about 350 without overheating too much. So while my ship is cooking, let's see where we are. That's the distance. Oh Christ, 1051 light years. What does that one say? I'm going to have to do another couple of jumps. I want to be under 1,000. So 2 more jumps. So basically, I'm here. And you think, well, it's still a long way. But there's the Heart and Soul Nebula. So I've travelled more than half distance today. So
Fuel scooping complete.
it's not going to take me 3 days to get to the bubble. I'll have it done by tomorrow. And then tomorrow I can continue to go home via the Pleiades. I want to dock at Maya, refit the ship with weapons, make a couple of changes before I put it back into the populated world. Now, the net result of this means that because we're only 1,000 light years away, and 51, is that the bubble nebula is now visible. And it will come into view right inside that circle. And there it is. And to think that tomorrow we'll be inside that thing. There's the bubble in all of its glory. Well, I have to make another couple of jumps. I don't want to leave it outside of 1,000 light years, so I'm just going to quickly steal a couple of jumps here. So there's the lineup. Okay, we just bring that down, and I only need what? 2 jumps really. 60 light years. Well, it doesn't matter, I'll just project all the way over here. It's not ideal, but it's okay. Oh, I can get there without refueling.
Frameshift drive charging.
So I've missed a lot, I've skipped, I should say, a lot of first discoveries. I've done a couple of smaller worlds, where smaller systems that contain metal
4,
content worlds,
2,
and I've skipped a lot that contain metal content worlds as well. I found a water world, and I found a gas giant with ammonia as well, so they've all been good finds. But in the main, it's just jump in, system-wide scan, and then out, like this. So jump in, do a system-wide scan, and then get the hell out of there. Yeah, these I'm just not, obviously just not going to bother with. I don't think anyone will bother with those.
Frameshift drive charging.
But if there's been a load of high metal content worlds close to the main local star, then I'll do them. But some of them I haven't even looked at. I've just gone in and then just jumped to the next system. Because my plan wasn't to go from here to from the Heart and Soul Nebula to the bubble. It was to go to the bubble and then go back home. So I'm counting really this as just a bonus. So I'm going to make this one more jump. See, things like this where I would normally just scan those 3, even though they're only, well, that one's a bit further out, but I would normally do them, but not this time. So one last jump, and then we'll leave the rest until tomorrow. I've been on it now for, I don't know, 6 hours, maybe less, 5 hours maybe.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Yeah, probably some of you are thinking, oh, I could have covered that distance in a lot less time. But I've been doing other stuff as well in the meantime. It's just that it's lasted this long. Okay, so as I'm stopping here, I will feel up. I'm assuming this star is not a T-Tauri star and I can feel from it.
Fuel scooping.
Don't tell me. 28 Earth worlds. No. See, only 500, 800, but really can't be bothered. Right, let's have a look at bubble and see where we are. That should have taken me nicely into within 1,000 light years. 965. Yep, 965.29. So I'm okay with that. Let's have a look at my little calculator.
Fuel scooping complete.
See if we can work it out. 965 divided by 30. So 32 jumps, and we started with 110. Calculated 110 jumps. Now we're down to 30. So I've done 2/3 distance basically, and left a third for the next day, which I think is good. That's good progress, I think. So let's just take that away and take the orbit rings off, and the bubble is there. Yes, something you might have noticed. My ship's hull is now down to 97. That was something that I did deliberately. I mean, I didn't deliberately say, oh, let's bring the hull down another couple of percent. No. I can't remember what it was. It was a planet. It was a ringed planet. I got some brilliant screenshots from it though. But it was a ringed planet that I was going to scan. And I got, you know, it's out of scan range and you get into it and it gets to scan range. And sometimes you're doing something, you miss it and it flies past. Or the speed speeds up. You know, when it comes on screen says slow down. And you've missed it by a second, and then for some reason I can't fathom, your orange bar here goes right to the top, you know, until you turn round, and I missed it. It flew past me, and I got pissed off. So I thought, okay, you'll scan this time. So I turned round, faced the planet, and just went straight into it, and of course, it dropped me right out. You know, that dropping too close warning. Dropped me right out into normal space. Took 2% off my hull. Took some percentages off my modules, which I've now recently repaired. The autofield's now down to 93. Power plant 97. But yeah, repaired those. And yeah, that was me just saying screw it. We were just going to dive right into the planet. But I got some fantastic screenshots because the ring system was really well lit up. And I got a shot of the front of the ship where you could see the Heart Nebula and the Soul Nebula, or maybe just one of them, glistening behind the rings of the planet. I'll put the screenshots up if I can splice them into this video, then I'll do that. And if I do that, then I don't know where I'm going to put them actually, right here or at the end. But yeah, I'll try and remember to make those screenshots available if when I come to post these videos I remember about this incident. So yeah. That's my ship powering down for the night. And even though I didn't care. I didn't care. I knew it wasn't going to destroy the ship. But I was close enough. I was in the ring system, or on top of the ring system. And when I pointed to the planet, yeah, you can be sure it scanned. There was no escaping that time. So, yeah, there was no winners in that one. But we'll just make our way on to the bubble now. Have a good look around tomorrow, and so day 10 will see me at the Bubble Nebula, and I don't know how long it's going to take to get home from here. I mean, how far? I'm probably still about 7,000 light years away from home, because I've just been going across as opposed to up or down, so it's got to be still around 7,000, I would say. Yep, 7.1. It's come down a little bit, but it's still 7,100 light years, and it might increase a bit more before I get to the bubble. Yeah, so that's it for day 9, and see you at the bubble in day 10. So bye for now. Yes, this is Commander Rusty Dog reporting at the tail end of day 9, and that is the Bubble Nebula, getting really close now. And the reason I've got the hood off is because there's too much crap on the screen. So we are 10 jumps away, which you can't see from there because I've turned the hood off. 8 jumps away, yes, I was 10 jumps away 2 jumps ago, and then after that I was 9 jumps away, and now I'm 8 jumps away. And the important thing with that, although it's not really important, is that I can get there without field scooping. Now then, every system between the Heart and Soul Nebula, or the neutron star that I left from, to here, to this point, have all been unscanned systems. And with the exception of 1 or 2, I've let them all go. I've only scanned a couple of systems. Not sure if I've even system scanned this place. So yeah, apart from 1 or 2, I'm letting all these go. All these high metal content planets, because I just want to get to the Bubble Nebula. And now that I've said that, I'm going to do these. Actually, I can't, because I've been at top speed here for so bloody long now. Oh, now it's back. See, I wanted to get rid of this bloody thing and I couldn't. This target. And that's why I had the hood off. So 8 jumps to go. It's basically just in, swerve, system scan and jump. And that's what I've been doing.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
So yeah, the old asp is holding together. So credit to the builders there. It's a tough little ship. But then, hey, how many Lakon Spaceways engine technicians does it take to change a light bulb? None, because it's not rocket science.
Frameshift drive
I'll be
charging.
back. Okay, here we are again, and still approaching the bubble, which, as you can see, is right there. And look at the size of it now. So I am 1 jump away from being inside of that thing. Let me just see if I've got nothing here. Now there you go, my first system I've come to that's already discovered. That's the first one in God knows how many light years. Was it 3,500? Okay, I'm just going to cancel this. Current location. Okay, how do I do it? How do I clear that bloody route? I can do that. But that's not really what I want. Why can't I clear this route? I want to take these lines away. Why won't you let me do that? Fine. Plot a route back here then. Screw you. Because I wanted that stupid reticle targeting thing taken off the bloody screen so that we can look at the bubble nebula in all of its glory. It's a big one, but considering I'm only 20 something light years away from it, it's not as big as I thought it was going to be, but it is nevertheless definitely a bubble. It's oddly shapen. Let me just it's screenshot time. It is oddly shaped, and bubbles kind of are like that anyway, sometimes. Oh, look at that nice coloration on the front of the ship there. It's a pity that's not going to get taken in. So I think if I'm just going to go down a bit, and then just, there we go. Yeah, looking good. Looking really good. And we've got I wonder if I can get a reflection of that thing in the canopy glass. Does it do things like that? Well, kinda. It sorta does it. Look at the ship there, it looks like a sidewinder after a rather large meal. Yeah, I mean, the reflection is there, but it's not like what I expected. I haven't noticed all those lights around there before though. Oh, I'm definitely working up to a sneeze here. Something in this room, I think. Oh. Okay. Right, so let's go in.